everybody, very welcome back to This Is Knit for another Saturday live. We have been loving doing these, and I have to say I'm super excited about today's because I have run around the shop and made a little display of all the CaMaRose stuff. It has been a long time since I've been able to make a little shop display because there haven't been people to come in and see it, but I just felt like running with that idea this morning, and then we can go through all of the gorgeous things that Trine from CaMaRose has sent us. They definitely were worthy of it, of spending the time on that. I was also just a small bit late because I was trying to figure out where to start, because I wanted to use my sort of Steadicam thing to show you all of these pieces, and then there will be a very inelegant transition over to a sort of stationary thing where I can talk and answer your questions. The sun has come out in Dublin. I hope it's sunny where you are. Thank you everybody for joining us. I have loads and loads of questions. I think if you saw some of the stories, I've been preparing yarn combinations and suggestions for people's patterns and their special requests, so we're going to get to all of those. If this is your first time here, that's basically what we do. People send in questions. I tear around the shop on a Saturday morning, pull loads of things off the shelves, and then we get to show them off. You can give your opinions with love hearts and stuff like that on different combinations and help people choose what they might make their next project with. But we have a special feature too. Number one is the CaMaRose trunk show, which I think I will jump straight into. I did show you a few little sneak peeks of it last weekend, and yeah, there's a few accessories and bits that I showed off, but there's more baby blankets. There's loads of things. We're going to get to that. There is this smock sweater that I decided to wear today just to show it off. Not sure this is my color, but it is a beautiful, beautiful design. And I would make it in, how would I make it in? Oh, probably grey, probably a little bit neutral grey. Okay, so we will jump into the trunk show, then I will get to your questions, and if we have some time at the end, we will take some additional bits and pieces and have a bit of a chat. Let me see if I can get this turned around and in the right position. Lovely to see everybody. Okay, now we are going to go over, whoops, best laid plans. We're going to go on over here where all of these beautiful things have been set up this morning, and I just have to say first up and straight off that I absolutely adore the sense of colour that Trine has and the colours in her range, because you will find that there are ranges, of course, that do merino wools or some of the sort of standard blends and things like that, but her colour ranges are what really, really sing and speak to me, and I hope to a lot of the rest of you too. You will have to bear with me because I'm still a little bit new to some of these patterns and their designs and what they're called. Emer, who is one of our team members here, who's been at home unfortunately for the last year, was trying to message me about Google Translate and Danish pronunciation, but unfortunately I didn't have time to go through that, but thank you for the tip. So this I'm going to start with over here. I had to put a little shawl around our slightly naked mannequin, but I'm going to say I wasn't ever on board, I don't think, with these things, which I think are called dickies. Is that right? She calls it the turtleneck with smock, but they're this concept of a kind of cowl but with a turtleneck that you pop on underneath your coat, and it looks like you're wearing a full jumper, but you're not getting all of that extra heat from underneath your winter coat. I am convinced. My opinions have changed. I absolutely adore this. I think I saw Millie from Tribe Yarns had another one on that she was wearing from a trunk show, and it just looks super stylish, and I love the idea behind it now. So this was made in I'm almost getting these ones wrong. Yeah, the Manastrale, which is the alpaca cotton based fluff that has a bit of sparkle in it, and it was 2 strands knit together, and this beautiful smocking detail, and the turtleneck, which I think is, again, for probably this time of year, a really nice in-between thing where the mornings are cold and you just need that extra bit and not that challenge of a scarf or a shawl kind of unraveling itself as you move around. So that is that guy there, and it was using this colour. Loads of other nice ones there as well. I'll move on to the baby blanket with Leaf Fall, which we have gotten in the blue that's in the cloche there, and the detailing on it is just so pretty. The yarn is CaMaRose Summer Old, which is an organic merino wool and organic cotton. And it gives such a lovely stitch definition. So it's a 30% cotton, 70% merino wool. But you can just see even that lovely edge, little houndstooth, about how prettily that has come out. So that is that guy there. We've loads of colours in Summer Old, which I will show you here because you can see all the hearts for these guys. This one right here. And again, it's not even just Trina's sense of colour or the colours that are in her range, but how she combines them that I absolutely adore. So this blanket is the Loops blanket, and you can see I don't think I ever would have thought to have put this shade in here, but it really sets that off, or even the dark grey in a baby blanket. But just how precious is that? It's like an updated 70s style, isn't it? And that, I have to say, really works. Oh, so now, not to be forgetting about the crocheters, there is this zigzag crochet blanket in behind as well. I might see if I can scoot around to show you more of the detailing. So that's a zigzag blanket, again using the sort of what do we call that, sort of a chestnutty colour, but it really works. And that's super, I think that's quite neutral. I know you've got pinks and blues and everything in that, but I think that would work in any baby nursery at all. So that's lovely ideas. And then we had also done this guy here ourselves back when we first started stocking CaMaRose. So that was Colette worked that up as a sample for us. And again, that's the Loops blanket. So it's the same blanket as this one up here, just with a different mix of colours. And a different tension as well. Oh, knitters and tension. So I'm adoring all of those. Hope you like them too. The leaf blanket somebody was asking about. Baby blanket with leaf fall, and we have that pattern on the website at the moment. And whoops, stay put. It's not going to happen, is it? Okay, so that's that guy. Obviously in a different shade in the photo. Oh, and yes, she's done this on the edge in another color sample here. So gotta love a little bit of ribbon detail for sure. So that is just some of the shades in the Summer Old range. And you can just see they all just work super beautifully together. This guy is, I have the pattern over here, just didn't want to cover him up. It is the beautiful baby blanket, the beginner baby blanket that we have kits for up on the website. And I should say we also have kits for the crochet zigzag blanket too. Prettily laid out in case anybody's thinking about Mother's Day presents and all that sort of stuff. So we have that one, and then the sample that we've received from Trine is the 2-color sample there. So just goes to show you don't have to do a rainbow, you don't have to do a big palette, but if you can, it's so pretty. If there's a particular color theme in the nursery of the person that you know, you can also just go with the 2-color option. Righty, so here's the beautiful smock sweater pattern as well, which is just on the website too. I can show you more of that in a second. Doing this one-handed is tough. Okay, it uses 2 strands together of the CaMaRose Midnight Sol, and it's just a lovely light and warm and cozy. And these puffy sleeves, again, I would not have thought about puffy sleeves being my thing, but since I started trying on samples of puffy sleeves, I love them. Okay, so we've done all the beautiful baby blankets. We have done our dicky. I'm sorry, I'm juvenile. I'm really juvenile. And I want to go back over to some of the baby garments and the kids' garments because let's say some of these guys, and these are for age 1 to 3. Also like that because it's very difficult sometimes to get designs that are contemporary and stylish and lovely for older children. We got it all covered on the babies, but not necessarily on the toddler ages. So we have this guy, which I messed up last week because I was trying to find the colours in Carol Emile's undershirt. I was trying to find the colours in the Yaku range as opposed to in the Summer Old range. So it turns out we do have them And they're those guys there. These two shades. Let's see. Now, I always have a little bit of trouble finding the colour. Here we go. Gamel Rosa. And then, obviously, the cream, which is another shade. And there is this guy here. I would see this as being less of a everyday cardigan and more of a jacket, I think, because it is just made from Snefnug, which has alpaca and all sorts of beautiful things in it, alpaca and cotton. And it would just be a lovely spring throw over, I think. So sweet, so sweet. And the same design has been done in a three strands of, it was done in midnight sol, but how about some sparkly Manastrale? That would work if I put it up the right way around. So that is, there's also a slightly dusky pink in there as well in the non-sparkly range. I can see that there's questions and I'm probably kind of flying on a bit too fast, so I might scroll back in a second, but just in case you didn't get this one, this is the Dreamy Cardigan Mini, number 199. We don't have all of the patterns on our website. There's only so many that she does in print for English printed patterns, but you might find them also on Ravelry if they're not in the print available section from our website. So I'll undo this. So the same design, the little dreamy cardigan in three strands of fluff, and then it's the mini version that I showed you last week of the My Basic sweater, or the basic sweater my size, which we do have the designs for, or the patterns for as well, right here. So somebody did ask me, they were on during the week because they were wondering about the way the tension is given in this pattern. And what Trina's done, and I think I can understand the reasoning behind it, is she has given instructions to knit your swatch and then measured, is it a 14 stitch, a 15 stitch, or a 16 stitch swatch that equals 10 centimeters? What does yours come out as? So I think what she said is, rather than asking beginners to go and check their sizing and adjust and change needle sizes, when you know what your tension is, you then go and follow the numbers for that tension as you go. So if anybody's confused about that, just come back to me and we can have a chat about it. But if you were thinking about making this as your first beginner sweater, then we can talk about how the sizing is written out in that pattern. So I think it's lots of extra helpful information, which can be good, but also can sometimes kind of put people off a little bit. So that is that. I'm going to go back and see about the questions, see if anybody wants to see anything else. And it's lovely to see you all. Beautiful sweaters. Thank you. That's great. Okay, great. Oh, you're all just waving at me. That's perfect. Big waves back. Fantastic. So it is an absolutely beautiful collection. We do also have a few little hats and things as well, but I didn't manage to get them out on a display. I think you need to see them on people's heads, so we will try and do maybe a little photo shoot outside during the week. Oh, there's one hiding in here as well, which is this lovely little sweater. The Vigo sweater. See, I'm starting to learn the names. Vigo sweater. And that is a Yaku one, which is their merino wool, 100% merino wool, in this lovely marled. You'd see the little tiny strands of grey fibres through that too. So, that is all of that. I am so delighted. This is our little sample that we did for the Magnolia chunky cardigan kits as well. I think there are a good few of those back in stock and options there, because we did get more CaMaRose yarn during the week. But I will get more details up about these, and I'll send some more information, I think, in a newsletter too fairly soon. This pattern does not want to stay where I put it. Oh my goodness. Okay, very quick run through, but such pretty things, and I'm delighted to have this little display hanging out with us for the next little while. Now, here's the inelegant transition where I try and get my camera over into that ring light thing. So give me a moment. Let's see. And all my notes are here for the day. Hang on. There's going to be a bing. Whoop. Oh, stop. And I'll turn you around. You're not looking at a ring light. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Do you kits with a loose blanket? Hello, Galloping Cat. We don't. I think I do have absolutely all the colours though. So we can put something together, or put a cart together for you actually. If you want to email us, we'll make sure we'll check off the pattern and then email you a cart, and then you won't have to do any of the double checking. That's no problem. I know online shopping, it's good. I mean, it's getting better, but it's always a little bit nicer just to deal with a human, isn't it? So cool. I'm hoping that you're finding the website good. We are trying to add in little extra videos, some pictures of our samples, all of that sort of stuff, to give it a little bit more of the experience that you might have if you were in here. But hopefully combined, the online shopping and this is the best we can do probably at the moment, but I think it's working out okay. So yes, loops blanket, questions. Let's go for questions. All right, now main topics. Oh yeah, well, we've loads to talk about, absolutely loads. I will say there's usually a strategically placed sample behind me. I hope you've noticed this. The striped sweater, people love it, and we have more of those coming in next week, so make sure to sign up for the out of stock notification on the website if you want to get one of your own size in that color combination for Andrea Mowry's stripes pattern. We will have them, I would hope, by Wednesday, so check back in with us and make sure you don't miss out. I missed a question last week, so I want to get started with that one. Oh, somebody, was asking about the itch factor. This yarn is not itchy, okay? There's and there's a very specific reason why we got it in as well, is because some people are sensitive to mohair. And even though I think kid mohair is totally fine next to the skin, I do know that bothers some people and have a sensitivity to it. The CaMaRose yarns are baby alpaca based. There's no mohair in them whatsoever, so they are there's not the slightest bit of itch. So I hope that reassures you. Chrissy Grahan, hello Chrissy, if you're here. Unboxing videos for me. I'm sorry, Nancy, I'm not generally, I've been at home with the kids during the week and stuff like that, so Maureen and Joy are doing the unboxing and Mum a lot of the time here, but I'll ask them to do some more unboxing videos, so you can see the new stuff coming in. Chrissy was asking last week, and I just didn't quite get to it. She said, I find the neck of top-down sweaters, even when she does short rows at the back, that the front neck of the sweater sort of rides up. And what is she doing wrong? Okay, so I had to phone a friend. I had a few ideas, but I wanted to phone a design friend on this, just because I know that from teaching classes and from designing sweaters herself, she would have come across kind of all the possible reasons this might happen. So the first one this is Carol Feller. Thank you, Carol. Big wave to Carol if she's here, for jumping in with some design and fit advice for us. The potential issue number one is that, Chrissy, you might need to do more short rows. Okay, so it's just for your particular body shape and style. The second problem, this is one that I thought, first of all, was that your actual cast on might be a little bit too tight. So if your cast on is too tight, it's just always going to pull up, no matter what, okay? So try and maybe go up a couple of needle sizes on your cast on. That might help just let the sweater hang a little nicer from there. And then the third, kind of more of a remedy, if we've eliminated those two, was to do full neck shaping. So instead of casting on all of your stitches at the top of the neck for the start of your sweater, is that if you imagine there'd be a gap around here, and you would cast on that amount, and then you'd add in a few stitches, like an increase at either end of your row, and then bridge the gap with a cast on for the last while. And Knitting Pink is suggesting German twisted cast on as a stretchy cast on as well. So that's a very quick treatment of fit issues around your particular question, Chrissy, on the necks. But if anybody is interested in doing a little bit more custom work on fitting their own sweaters, because knitting patterns are great, but they have to be based upon a sort of standard sizing system. Okay, and if you have a longer body, you know, broader shoulders, bigger boobs, it all has to be accommodated one way or another. Now, knitting is stretchy, you can wear things with lots of ease, all of that sort of stuff. But Carol does an online masterclass on fitting your knits. So it's a pre-recorded course that you can take. You can submit questions to Carol at any time and she'll come back to you. And it costs €55. And I think it's a 12 module course. So if you really want to dig into fit and modifications, then I would really recommend that you pop on over to Carol Feller's website, which is stolenstitches.com. So I hope that helps. Now, to the yarns. Okay, we had Jen Bear Dublin. Hi, Jen. I think I saw you saying something about gardening and watching this. So hi, Jen. Now, very organized this week. Last week I didn't feel so organized. This week, yes. Because we've got printouts so that everybody can see what we are talking about for each design. So Jen knows that she's looking for yarn suggestions for this design. If you're not familiar with it, it is from the gorgeous new book by Jacqueline Cieslak. Someone's gonna see every week I've got a mess of pronunciation of. Okay, so it's a book called Embody that is on pre-order at the moment. Ooh, Chrissy's cast on might be too tight. Yes, we might have a solution. Way. So you're very welcome. So Embody, this beautiful book is coming. It's on pre-order at the moment with Pom Pom, and it is a capsule collection of, I think is it 2 sweaters and 2 sweaters, a shawl. Okay, someone knows all of this information, and sewing patterns as well. And they are there's been a lot of thought has gone into the fit and the design of these, which I absolutely love. And Jen was wondering, what would we have in, pinks, dusky pinks that might work for this. So, basket. We were talking about, it's a sport weight yarn, and the first option that Jen wanted to see was the Pool Bag Sport in Hushabye. Oh, 1 sweater, 1 shawl, and 1 sewn top. Thanks, Sarah. I see Sarah wrote the stuff for this on the website. And all completely customizable. Yes, I think that's what they've given us, like lots of different options for short sleeves, long sleeves, modifications, and all that sort of stuff as you go. So that is Embody. This is Pool Bag Sport in Hushabye as a dusky pink option. I think there's also an option for holding, if you wanted to go for a 4-ply with some kind of lace weights for customizing that up. There's, just to give you an option, because this is it's on the purpley side this time. So more dusty pink would be maybe Mondial Cashmeretti Gold, and that is shade 110, but as you can see, they are quite different. And then I did have a look, it's much darker, but the Mayak Babyak, which is kind of between 4-ply sport weight, so that might work. I'm gonna step out and bring these closer to the light so you can see. And there was also, again, I'm just gonna compare it to the first ones. It's a bit peachy, isn't it? A bit salmony. And it's the Midnight Sol. Sorry, we're asking questions about the smog sweater still, so this is the Midnight Sol. Then I was having a look at obviously the Camila as well, which is listed as a DK weight on our website, but I'm quite sure that you could knit it at a sport weight too, and that's color 7. But I was holding up Hushabye here because this is Fade Street 4-ply, and you could throw in some cobweb lace with it if you wanted to add a bit of texture, or if you wanted to make it a little bit more purple or a little bit more pink. Then probably maybe 2 strands of the cobweb with it, and then that would give you like a custom yarn, which I love. So I hope some of those are helpful. That was probably, yeah. Ooh, dusty pink. Hang on. There is a Tara as well. Hang on. Again, it's a little bit darker and it's got more colors going on, but that sort of duskiness is Oasis in Tara. Again, compared. That's your Poolbeg Sport, that's the Fade Street, and that's Oasis. Okay, cool. So it's all very quick. It's all very fly by the seat of your pants, but hopefully seeing some of them next to each other helps make the decision, because I know unless you've got like loads of different screens at home, comparing colors side by side online is not gonna be the easiest thing to do. Okay, cool. Nice, lots of love hearts. Nice with the lace. Happy days. Look at how thick my notes are today. I have all these to get through. Let's move on. Love the Tara. I know, I'm such a fan of the Tara. I love it. I have a coconut sweater that I'm making at the moment. Hey. And it's gone a bit on hold because I was doing the Hillian knit along. But I'm coming back to it, and it's Tara and it's single malt and it is delicious. Excellent. So that was Jen Bear. Enjoy the rest of your gardening and your day. Helliana. Hello, Helliana. Helliana is going to be doing a test knit. And she's looking for color combinations for a main color of Merino Decay and a contrast color of fluff. We can do fluff. We can do merino. We can do a basketful. You can tell the early ones, I ended up with loads of choices. And then as the time got closer to 1 o'clock, you are getting like two options. Sorry. Okay, it's a little bit of a sneak peeky one because this is a test knit. If you can see, it's a lighter color, and then the color work around there is it's been knit in the fluff. It's contrast fluff. And Helliana was saying that she likes lilacs and blues and purples. So your main one is double knitting. I'm trying to figure out which colors I was putting together actually. Okay. Bear with me. This is the crazy. This is the go big or go home one. Okay. So main color, Drury Decay, she's electric. Contrast, flowers of Twinkle in Abbey. You said blues and purples. So that's one. Other options were, where's that fluff that? Okay. If I had more space, I would lay these all out. So purples, there is Vault. I said a smoky, misty thing of that. And I thought that it would be fabulous with either amethyst as your flowers, or, oh, they're two different dye lots of that. Oh my goodness. Two different dye lots of amethyst. This is a much brighter amethyst. That or the wrong label has come back on something here. So those guys, so Vault, and one of these we can send you a picture and you can pick which one you like, if that is an option. That was your first one. Big bright. And then we did also have, there was some blues and purples in the DK Tweed from Irish Artisan Yarn. So I'm not sure I meant those two to go together, but that is possibly an option. That is Port Nou and Iha, and Rosnola and Iha. I think they were where I was going with that. So I know there wasn't a fleck in the picture that you sent over or that I found, but a tweed main body could really be an option too. Okay, I think that's all your options for now, Helliana. Okay, hope that helps. Let me know. Somebody else was, I say somebody else, from Claire to here. Hello, from Claire to here. Lovely to see you if you are here. You were wondering about having a look at Paper Thin from Ullen in the Socklight. This was featured just in a photo during the week, so that's the Paper Thin. Have a look. That's a quick and easy one. Now we're flying. Thank you for other people who are answering questions in the comments about the sweater. Thank you. It's the It's my beautiful smock sweater, isn't it? I think. I'll pull the pattern. Hang on. Beautiful. It is this one. There you go. And I will just hold that up randomly every time somebody asks the question. It is gorgeous though, isn't it? Yes, it is worth love and attention. Thank you. And I should also say it's part of the trunk show and I didn't knit it, so I'm not going to claim the knitting of this. Wish I did, but I'd make it in grey. Okay, hi Claire, hope that helps. Just going to start throwing pieces of paper away. There you go, they're done. This one. Right, Magnolia Bloom. Here we go. The latest from Camila. Now, because I could have been here all day, I just went with color options for grey. Okay, so I have a big basket full of grey yarn and choices for people's. The original design is 2 strands of fingering weight and 2 strands of fluff. So 4 different ones all together. I've created some options. We know what this is now. Bye. Can you tell I had coffee today? Ah. Right. Numero uno. I love the idea. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to throw this curveball in. The misty grey colour of Darnie, 2 strands of that. Love the idea of this having a tweedy depth to it, especially with the fluff on top because it's only going to subtly poke through. Yay, coffee. Yes, it is. Mothers and working people unite. People with children and working, we all need coffee, essentially, is what I'm saying. Right. So this is shade 8811. I should just stick to the yarn, right? Of Darnie with Mellemgrau 9504 of Midnight Sol. So it would be 2 strands of that held together with 2 strands of that for Magnolia Chunky. That would be fantastic. If you wanted a slightly lighter grey, there is the Askegura, which I'm going to presume means light grey, which is 9502. You could go with those. So 2 and 2. It is quite a lot of yarn, but I'm going to say that probably the meterage of each one potentially isn't that as long as does that make sense? Yeah, I will cost this up, I think, is the point. But these guys, there's 410 meters, I think, in these, and they are €13 or thereabouts. I mixed with those. But it is a absolutely stunning design and the sort of thing that you will live in because it's been 6 degrees all week. It's not even spring anymore. I did also love the Alpakina. If you're gonna go big, go home with alpaca and polyamide. It's marketed as a sock yarn, but would be absolutely beautiful in this sweater because it's just super fluffy, with Manastrale, which is the sparkling one, 9904. So you could go with that. Any of these greys mixed together. But also, if you didn't want, right, one more, that's the Yaku. No, wait. Yaku with the dark grey. Yaku with the light grey. Oh gosh. Okay. So that's Ascarat, which is 1011. 2 strands. Then you would be flying it. If you wanted to just minimize a little bit your strands, then you could go with Hamilton number 1. So instead of the 2 strands of fingering weight, you could use a worsted weight. Again, though mixed with 2 strands of fluff there. Okay, so that's the grey in Hamilton 2. I think that's all. But there was loads of choices, and that is for the Magnolia Bloom, and that is just the choices in grey. But all of those things would come together absolutely beautifully. And I hope that helps. That was 2 people were asking about that. That was Adventures in Stitchery and Woolly Lover. So hope you're here, or if you're watching back, just again shout if you have any follow-up questions about it, and we'll get back to you. Okay, little breather. Calm the caffeine down. So another one very popular at the moment is Moonwhistle by Andrea Mowry. And I did pick out some options for someone during the week. I'm not sure if you also asked on the sticker. We did just kind of Rios combinations, but I'm mixing in some other options today for this. So we don't have a worsted weight color transitioning yarn at the moment like Spin Cycle. So I am going to, gosh, I'm exhausted. Yeah, it might be, Caroline. So I'm going to show a few options, mixing a few other worsted weights, some with texture, some with mixed colors and things like that. So anyway, enough of the intro. Moonwhistle, it is 3 colors. It is 2 solid or semi-solid worsted weights mixed with a Spin Cycle. So if you wanted to stick with blues, I took a look on Ravelry and saw that there was a really nice one where they had just used a nice cream accent going all the way through it. Creme Casole Nancy is a sport weight, well, it's sort of like fingering sport weight, quite light. If you wanted to use 2 strands together, that might work. But I didn't. It's exactly very similar finish to Spin Cycle, but just the wrong thickness for this pattern. So Moonwhistle. So in keeping with the sort of original blues, we have a lovely, lovely bright. It's kind of, this is more greeny in real life. Yeah, more strongly aqua. That's better. That's closer to what it looks like. So that mixed with cream. So this is color 119 cream, and then as your color changey one, azules in Rios is option number 1. Then I did 4 options for this. Nua worsted. Let's throw that in the mix. Okay, so there is Nua worsted. This is Bare Necessities mixed with Cafe Flamingo, and I'm liking that you get your flecks of linen and everything through this, so it's a little bit more interesting than just one sort of black color. And then your middle skein there is Arco Iris. So this is a slip stitch shawl design, so you can imagine you're going to have rose, which will feature both of these. So, but I think some of the neutrals work well just to set off the other colors. And maybe another slight curveball. It's doing that dimming thing on me again. Is Late Night Blues, again, Nua worsted, Hamilton in the cream, it'll be obvious on the website, and then this sort of lovely natural pearly greys and golds. It's called Nieblas, and that might be quite nice for a neutrally one that will go with a lot. And last one for today. It's kind of autumnal, so I'm not really sure about this time of year, but if you're a slower knitter, you could have it ready for autumn. So it's Hamilton, and it is color 120. That's really nice. It's a rich, rich burgundy mixed with Diana in Rios, and Rolling Bales in Nua worsted. So they're more my colors. I like them. Super autumnal stuff, and that would be absolutely beautiful in the Moonwhistle shawl. Okay, hope that's given you some ideas and some inspiration for that. Put that back there. And okay, get to take a break with an easy one, which was a simple suggestion for the penny hat by Tin Can Knits. Okay, so you can see it's just a nice lacy detail for that one. And our question, this was Siobhan Pentony. Hi Siobhan, how are you doing? Did I do who miss? Oh, it was Knitting Pink. Hi Knitting Pink, you were asking about the Moonwhistle. So Siobhan Pentony was looking for suggestions for this. It is a sport weight design by Tin Can Knits. Absolutely adore all Tin Can Knits patterns. They are so well written, they are so well supported. 2 super lovely people, Alexa and Emily too. And I wanted to show you. I needed to use like all of this table here to be able to get everything laid out. Option number 1. super luxurious, gorgeous opus yarn from Walcott Yarns. It's a baby alpaca and merino wool. It's one of the squishiest, deliciousest things in the world. It would be beautiful in a hat. You absolutely, yeah, it would hold the lace. It would look fantastic. If you pop onto the website, there's a little video that shows you a sample that Joy made in it. If you want to look at the stitch definition, and some of the trunk show images are on there too. There is Camila, Caroline is on there. Will you please tell me how this was pronounced, actually, because I tend to pronounce it in a Spanish way, Samia, but I'm not, that's probably not right. If you can type it phonetically, I will get it right. So this, again, I'm just looking at greys and neutrals, but there's many more colors in these ranges as well. So this is shade 28 in BC Garn Semilla. And then there's another sport weight is Cashmeretti Gold, which we were looking at earlier on. This is like a soft lilac-y bluey purple. That's a good technical description of a color, and that's color 2. So all of those would work for the penny hat by Tin Can Knits. So excellent. People are happy today. This is good. Why not? I love the Spanish way too. Well, thanks, Caroline. No. Sure, I'll just do it my way then. Okay. Carolina's Fibres collection, and she's a rep for BC Garn. So it's nice to see you here. Lovely. So hopefully they're good options for that very pretty hat. Loads of other colours in there. Colours in the round. It's a tip question. How are we doing on time? 1:45. Okay. I should have brought some water. So, changing colours in the round and avoiding the jog when you are knitting colours in the round. Now, it's a little difficult to do this without kind of having a demo thing, but I think I think I'll be able to get it across. So the most common way, and I definitely know that in the comments people are going to have their own little tips and stuff. So I hope that Irregular Chaos is watching live, because if you're watching back later, you won't be able to see the comments, unfortunately. So to avoid the jog, come to where you're changing into the next color and add in your next color and knit it as normal. Okay, knit all the way around your round. When you get, good instructions with the stripes pattern. Thanks, Joy. When you get to the start of your round again, so this is what's due to be the second round of your new color, slip the first stitch from the left hand needle to the right hand needle purlwise. So as if you're going to purl it, but your yarn is in the back and you're not doing anything else with it, you're just slipping it over. And then you just continue to knit. So that sort of elongates that stitch and sort of settles everything into more even a more even look. I don't think, like, I do that and it doesn't 100% remove the jog, but over the course of the project, I'm going to need to get some water. It's more. So I will let Joy tell you whether that is the method that Andrea has used and whether that's the method that you used in your sample. But yeah, put the jog at the back in the center. Do your changes there where it's least obvious, or down at the underarm if that's an option for you as well. It's not perfect, but it looks really good. Give me 2 seconds. Hold on. Actually, while I'm on the move, we'll turn it around. And you can look at the back. So I can, okay, you're really far away. I can see it, but because you're looking for it, but again, a man running for his life is not going to see that. Perfection is not easy to achieve. Thank you for that. Yes. So it is the best and most common method, and that's what we would recommend. Okay. Now, the next question was from Leanne. Hi, Leanne. Leanne GOC, who was asking do we have anything that would work for a summer t-shirt but in a heavier weight? Okay. So her mum has fallen in love with this here, which is the Gather Round tee by Espace Tricot. And we were wanting to find a plant-based fiber option for that. So we said these guys. Here we are. So the gather round. Again, I actually wasn't too sure about the colours. So I've sort of gone with the theme of the autumnal shade that this is in. There is Belmonte from Rosaria's 4. It's a 50-50 wool and cotton, but it is super soft. Like there's not the slightest bit of itch in that. And I quite love the marled finish. I think that would really suit that design. There is Morning Salutation from Creme Castle Wool. I didn't have a rusty colour in that, but I went for the burgundy, so that might work. And then there's Mondial Cotton Soft. Now, the Cotton Soft is a 4-ply. It's 100% organic cotton. But if you knit 2 strands of 4-ply together, you're going to get the kind of DK worsted weight that is in this design. So they were the 3 options that I thought would work. And now, yep, I'm just going to have power on because we're running short of time. Why would you put the yarn in back for that? I think that's the tip for the jogless stripes. So you're slipping the yarn as if to purl, but you're not actually purling. So if you were going to purl, you'd put your yarn to the front. So it was just a little extra thing to kind of just make sure you don't bring your yarn to the front, because then you'll end up with like a little slip stitch or wrap around the stitch that you slip. Okay. Going behind me now. The next question is from Mrs. McCormarow, I think. And you are looking to make the Purl Soho half and half triangles wrap. 2 of them, in fact, for 2 people who have quite specific colour preferences. Now, it was Peach Marguerite was the first one with an oatmeal or a neutral. I was looking for Peach Marguerite in like Fade Street or something like that. It's all gone at the moment. So Jenny, if you're watching, oh, it's Jenny's birthday. Jenny Townhouse Yarns. Happy birthday, Jenny. If you want to go say hello. So I had to pull out Peach Marguerite in Fade Street, or in Abbey. But I'm hoping it'll work to show off. You said oatmeal. Mrs. C.M. Roro. Claudia, of course. Hiya. So I thought, actually, you were saying an oatmeal colour. Now, this has got a pinky tone to it. But Sir Davos might be quite nice with that. Okay, so you were looking for a neutral or oatmeal-y colour to go with Peach Marguerite. You can go totally just plain neutral with the Yaku, would go really well with it on 4-ply. And again, if you want to just subtle little bits of flex and things, there's Ullen Socklight in Milk. So they are all suggestions of kind of neutrals that would work with Peach Marguerite. Okie dokies. Now, and then we had a bit of a discussion, Claudia, about the person who wanted a green, and we were saying we wanted to throw in a bit more blue into it and make it a bit more minty. And so we came up with kind of a whole bunch of these. That might be an option. Now, I'm not sure if this one at the top, Seafoam, that might be a bit too bright. This is Fade Street and Myrtle. This is Cloak. And this is Troy on Tara. So they're all Fade Street, and this is Troy on Tara. And we were talking about mixing it with, I love these 2. Troy with the aubergine. It's actually called Pure Majesty. So both on Tara. Those 2 would be super soft and delicious and amazing. And then as a combo for any of these, so Seafoam, Myrtle, Cloak on Fade Street. Cloak, great, loving that. Mixed with single malt. This one, this I love. It's so gorgeous. So it's a garter stitch, half and half triangles wrap by Purl Soho. So you just need, I think, one of each colour. And you kind of wear it layered over. It's lovely. It's lovely. So I hope that helped to see all of those. Everybody very excited. This is good news. I hope that looks well. I just want to show you that with Myrtle as well, because that's actually really sweet and nice too. So lovely, lovely, lovely. But those people are loving the Troy and Tara, so I'll show that again. Troy and Pure Majesty. Single malt is amazing. That's what I'm working on in Tara at the moment. So Claudia, I hope that helps. And that your mums are delighted with what they get made. If anybody made me something in those, I would love them forever. They're going to do that anyway. They're your mums. Okay. So that's the half and half triangles. Oh my goodness, I still have so many notes. Okay. We have a few easy ones to round out with, I hope. So Tara 7816, I think our question sticker was over a whole bundle of yarns that I had taken a picture of earlier in the week, and that she just wanted to know that she loved all those yarns and what were they for. They were a couple of different colour options for the Stockholm Slipover by Petite Knit, where it was a fingering and a fluff held together. So it's the Stockholm Slipover, and it was just some colour combinations for somebody earlier in the week. And Anya, sorry, what colour is the blue of the previous combos? Okay, I'm going to show you all the blues again then. Okay. Soup. Seafoam in Fade. Myrtle in Fade. Cloak in Fade. And Troy in Tara. So hopefully one of those. I put Troy with Pure Majesty there and Tara, and the others were with Single Malt. Okay, cool. Hope that covers that. And lost my place now. No, I didn't. Okay, so that was that. Somebody, D. Kennedy, was saying that she is new to knitting, and do we recommend any particular books for getting started? We absolutely do. This one here, Knit How by Pom Pom, we totally recommend. It is super comprehensive, it's colourful, it's modern, it's got some really achievable patterns, and it walks you through lots of new techniques right the way up through to your first Raglan or top down knit in the round Raglan sweaters, and then they follow it up with a whole book on Raglan sweaters as well, so you can kind of move on from there. There is also the Zero to Knit course that you can enroll in through our website too, and that is with Carol Feller that we mentioned at the start of the live. So you get to watch along in the videos, ask questions anytime you need some help. So that's really comprehensive. If you want to learn at home from a book, this guy, if you want to do a little bit of more interactive and more visual stuff, then Zero to Knit is the one. And I'm just smiling because Nancy is saying you use Stitch and Bitch to learn how to knit. So did I. So, way back when. The Stitch and Bitch handbook by Debbie Stoller was it's the reason I'm here, basically. So is really good. Really good. I'm not sure, we can't get a hold of it anymore. I'm not sure if it's in print still, but we stocked it for many years. And viewers said, hang on, where am I? Yes. So Anya Nimerku, we will not forget about you. We've got about 6 minutes left. You wanted options and suggestions for the Daily Ritual Raglan by Park Williams, and I have brought together a few of those for you. We reckoned, I'll show them kind of lined up. You said neutral or rust back in the day. So I've got some neutrals and rusts. I'm featuring a lot of Hamilton today, but I am just in love with it. So any of those would be absolutely beautiful for that design. It's helpful, as I said, to see them next to each other rather than just choose colours sort of blindly off images on the website. So there's those, all the Hamilton, HAMELELTON range that's on the website. And then other ones, I think, Anya, you were saying that might be one of your first sweaters, so definitely the Hamilton is a lovely round, bouncy, forgiving yarn, so it would be perfect for beginners. And something with seafoam. No, it's the last question, circa, I think. There's Aaron Tweed by Studio Donegal as well, in that sort of looking a lot redder than it is. That's a sort of rusty rich orangey colour. And then Nua worsted in Dare You 9913. Dare You, if you liked that shade there. that'd be also a lovely one. Yes. Okay, loads of options there, hopefully not too many. And your first jumper, wishing you the best of luck with it. There's loads of help to be had out there on the internets, and we are here if you need anything as well. Sarka, I might have to come to you either next week. Yes, possibly. It was just 3 skeins of seafoam. You wanted something bold as a contrasty, and it's an Ulla. Bold seafoam contrasty. Ulla's, sorry, reading it on the fly. Something in violet or dark blue. 2 seconds. Okay. Contrast for seafoam. Oh, dropping it. Is velvet. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Or Iha. There you go. Whoops. Color is doing strange things there. So that's just from what's available on the Ulla base at the moment. But I think, yeah, there are your best options for that. You can also look at the Darney range. And if this doesn't cut me off, I will do that. Hello, back. So there is a nice purple that is 8806, or a super dark navy, which is 8809. Okay. Phew, I'm glad I squished that in. That was the last question that I had actually missed. No, I had not prepared anything. And I think there was just 2 comments. I just want to say thank you very much. I can see people saying it as well in the comments here as well, that they're just enjoying the lives, so I really appreciate that. And I am too. I'm obviously very manic when I do them, but I am really enjoying them, and I enjoy getting the chance to interact with you all. Sheena Flavin and you were just saying yourself, and Freya were really enjoying them, so big hello to you. And then a very last note, Marissa was wondering about how long is it taking us currently to ship to London. We will ship it out within 48 hours to you. I think we can more or less guarantee you that at the moment, as long as what we have is in stock and there's no issues, which it should be. And stuff is getting to the UK an awful lot faster. It's getting to the States super fast now as well. And generally, you know, 98% of things are getting where they're going without issues. So just as an update, you should be able to get your stuff. I think you were looking for a test yarn for a test knit, so that's it. I am going to be cut off right now. I'm going to tidy up all this yarn, and I will, yes, next week I will see you next week, possibly the 3rd week in March, the 20th, 21st. We might not see you then for other commitments, but I will see you again. Thank you. Catch you soon. Okay, bye bye.